Fantasy from the fairway, the return. How was Cabo?
Is that what you told people I was?
I told him you were on PTO again.
Yeah, I have a stomach problem that I'm trying to get taken care of. So Cabo was not that fun.
Oh, word. So this is Fantasy from the fairway. Appreciate you joining us. And from the sands of Cabo, this man made two incredible picks. CT Pan against all odds finishes top 35. And Eric Van Rooyen finishes top 10.
Yo,
What a
I'm
world.
insane.
Van Rooyen I thought was a good pick. I didn't think it was that good of a pick. CT does a job. Dustin Johnson really let me down. I thought I was going to get all the points because I thought he was going to pull away after the first day. He did no such thing. And Burgoon is just not very good. That's what that boils down to. But you know what's funny?
Skinniest man in America is pretty good.
Not good enough.
Not on Sundays. Thursday through Saturday, dude's money.
Facts. By the way, Burgoon, everybody wanted Burgoon. Like he was in a bunch of different articles I saw after I put my stuff out, so I felt better. We all suck. Nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Okay, well, I did the 6K today. Your job's tough.
It's a tough job.
It's hard when you get down there to pick from the hay in a haystack. I'm not even going to say needle in a haystack.
Okay.
It's hay in a haystack.
And you know what? Like, here's the thing. I feel like at least one of the people that I thumbs up 6K, at least two out of the like 8 or 9, two of them finished pretty decently. So I'm happy with it. Listen, folks, I'm in a transition period in my employment process. If you live in the Jacksonville area, you heard me the last 2 days on ESPN 690 on the AM dial. You did not hear us on the stream. I did get your tweets, though. I'm trying to fix the stream.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, I haven't been getting the notifications that you guys are going live. So can you fix that?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah. That wasn't for me.
Yeah, I'm working on the stream. So anyway, if you're in the Jacksonville area, tune into ESPN 690. Well, I guess not anymore, but I was on the last 2 days. So that's why this looks the way it does. And that's why this looks the way it does. No pictures, but we have correct stats. But I feel like I don't need to describe it, man. If you like golf, you know what's going on.
Torrey Pines, I will say this. It's changing from a par 72 this week to a par 71. They're also adding 100 yards onto the course, and the greens are going to be West Coast POA.
West Coast POA.
So, yep, it's going to play 7,685 yards as a par 71 this week.
You remember the pass pull?
Pass pull. Yes, sir.
That was lit.
How can I forget?
These are the correct key stats and the correct picture, so don't count me out. I think it's the correct picture, but now I'm kind of wondering because of these two dudes down here. Driving distance and accuracy, you want to, be in the fairway, but you also want to hit it far. So figure that one out. Strokes gained, might as well be good off the tee. You might as well putt it a bit. Par 4, 450, 500, and the birdie or better stats will be important as we go to the 10K. And you weren't here last week, so we didn't discuss it a lot. But what happened to John Rahm at the Memorial Tournament was just not right. I discussed it a bit last week. I would not be surprised in the least if he wins.
I agree. I think personally they should have let him play solo on Sunday, but I do understand that he agreed to the terms and conditions.
Sure.
So I understand that the PGA did have to do that, but at the same time, it's really shitty. Props to Patrick Cantlay, I guess, but in my eyes,
to be the first loser, correct?
Yeah. So he was the first loser to win a PGA Tour event. So John Rahm, yeah, I think he's going to do well. Over the past 5 trips to Torrey Pines, he's gained the most strokes out of anybody to play the course. Yep. He's going to come with some revenge. I'm all good on John Rahm. Brooks Koepka, I wrote it's a major.
Yep. It's pretty much all we got to talk about there.
And I put Bryson third because he hits it a long, long way.
He does. I worry about Bryson. I have him last, though, because of his inability to keep it in the fairway sometimes. So I do wonder about that with the rough. And
Yep.
also, there's some controversy around Bryson right now. They're saying that he denied to play with Brooks in a group after everything that's been happening. He today in his press conference that I listened to said that was not the case. While Brooks was talking, I was doing my job, so I was unable to listen to Brooks.
There were the kids who were shouting Brooksy after Bryson would hit the ball. Why do you get kicked out for that? Like, honestly.
Why do I think what?
Why did they get kicked out for that? If you're going to have fans, like, you're going to, I don't know, deal with that. You think Tiger rolls around hearing nothing but praise every time he's out there?
Right. No, I'm with you. It had to do with one bulky man is the reason they were escorted out.
Little crybaby.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we all catch the vibe there. He's being a bit of a P.
To be fair, the Brooks Bryson feud I think is actually good for golf.
Absolutely.
Because golf, we love it. We do a freaking show about it. It can get boring. It can get dull.
Sure.
I think they needed this.
I agree. I couldn't agree more with that statement. And I think all this does is add some more intrigue to it. And wouldn't it just be perfect if it was them two in the final group?
That'd be great.
It would be. With that, let's go to that 9K, man. What you got?
Starting off with Rory McIlroy, I'm going to thumbs him down. His last 5, he has a win, of course. But his other finishes, besides the win, have been 18th, 67th, 49th, and 142nd. At 9-9, and there are players below him like Morikawa and Xander who are consistently good right now. I'm going to stay away from the guy who is more expensive and is inconsistently bad right now. Same thing with Justin Thomas. That's the only reason I have him thumbs down as well. His last 4 have been 26th, 82nd, 40th, and 42nd. And when you're one of the best players in the world and your last 4 outings, you don't have a top 25, that's not really going to cut it. So the most expensive players in the 9K range, I will be staying away from. I imagine probably JT will get some ownership. I don't know if Rory will, to be honest, but I'm going to stay away from them. I do love Colin Morikawa here at 9.5. He's 30th off the tee, 12th in driving accuracy, 4th in birdie or better, and he is tied first in the par 4s in the area. Tied first in par 4s, 450 to 500 is actually over par. But I guess that makes sense because honestly, that's a long freaking way.
Yep.
But yeah, tied first in par 4s, all good with Colin Morikawa. He's very accurate. And like we were talking about, the rough is thick. So that's gonna be important here. And I think Colin
thicker than a bowl of oatmeal, if you will.
Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know. That's a good question. What happened to him? Xander, also good with 36 off the tee, 26 driving distance, 8th putting, 3rd birdie or better, and tied 29th in the par 4s in the area. All good to go with Morikawa and Xander, which is pretty much the common thing. Thumbs up Morikawa.
Yeah.
Thumbs up Xander. Thumbs down Patrick Reed.
Yeah, man, I want to hear about this because obviously he won at Torrey Pines this year.
Yep.
He is indeed 9,000, not 900.
Yeah.
So don't
and that's part of the reason I actually we'll get there. Victor Hovland's thumbs up at 9.2. He's just another player who's very accurate. 4th off the tee, 8th birdie or better, 67th par 4s in the area, 54th driving distance. I'm good to go with Victor Hovland. Cantlay also good to go with. I was very, very wrong. Even though he didn't win, he won.
Facts.
And I thumbs him down just because I was unsure. And I did say, if you think this is going to be the course, that gets him back to the Patrick Cantlay, then go for it. I should have been one of those people. I was not. He's 15th off the tee, 55th driving distance, 65th putting, 20th birdie or better, and tied 13th par 4s in the area. Patrick Reed. I don't like picking repeat winners.
Okay.
I know it's a different tournament, of course.
Sure.
I just don't like doing it. And they've lengthened it. They've made it a par 71. And I'm not taking anything away. I think Patrick Reed will
be okay.
Be fine here. Yeah, I think he'll be okay. but he's 95th off the tee. He's only 162nd in driving distance.
Yeah.
As we all know, he makes it up with the putter. He makes it up with the short game.
Sure.
He does make a lot of birdies, and he's 11th in par fours in the area. But I just really don't like picking the back-to-back winners.
It's reasonable.
I know he's not coming in as the defending champion, but in some ways he is. Yeah, that'll wrap up the 9K range. Going on to the 8K. Start off with Tony Finau. And this isn't one, because you asked me when you were putting this in, you said you don't like him. It's not that I don't like him. He's just one of the guys this week I'm fading because I think he'll have very high ownership at 8-9. Like, he's an incredible golfer. That'll probably be the cheapest you find him.
That's how I feel about Xander.
I'm just taking the bank that he's not going to play that well because he is tied 164 for par fours in the area. He's 103rd putting. We know he's great tee to green, but I'm gonna fade Tony Finau and hope he has a bad week because I think honestly he will be owned a lot. I'm not saying he's gonna do bad. If you really like him here, go for it. And since I just said that, and I said that about Patrick Cantlay, Tony Finau is probably gonna win the tournament, so I'd go for it. I would not go for Hideki. And honestly, it gets a little bit old telling people why they shouldn't play Hideki. So I'm going to just move on.
All right.
If you've watched any of the other videos, you know why to not play Hideki. Congrats for the Masters, Hideki. Love you. Webb Simpson, I'm good with, but
where has Webb been?
I don't know.
Like, what has he really been doing? Just being rich with like his 8 kids?
Yeah.
Him probably. And Phillip Rivers.
That's what I'd be doing if I was rich.
Have a whole damn team.
If I was as rich as Webb, you wouldn't see me again. Ever in life.
Yeah, that's fine.
Never again. Khalil Green, gone forever. But I do like Webb here. He's clearly not going to be the longest player out there. He's 133rd in driving distance. He's a great putter. He's 13th on tour, 17th birdie or better, and 46th par fours in the area. He finished 10th at the Masters. Webb's just like an elite player, to be honest, and he plays the hard course as well. Webb's a guy who knows how to get it done. Yeah. I'm good with Webb. Yeah. I probably should have put the Tony Finau, like the orange too, but Webb and Tony, kind of orange. Yeah, it's too late.
So Tony Orange, you heard it here first. You got to listen. You can't just view it.
Yep, Tony Orange. Will Zalatoris, all good to go. 41st off the tee, 25th in driving distance, 48th birdie or better, tied 29th par fours in the area.
Very cheap.
He cannot putt, but he's very cheap, and he is a fantastic golfer. All good to go with Will Zalatoris. I'm also good to go with Scotty Scheffler, the man who hit a shot the other week that I'm all too familiar with. Classic old shank into the trees.
Why can I never play Scotty Scheffler? Why can I never
He's thumbs down every week.
Like, even when I like him, I can never play him. I just can't do it.
I think it's something about his face for me.
I can never play Scotty Scheffler. I just don't know why.
Yeah. He's really good. I don't know why. He always somehow makes it to the thumbs down list for me. But this week, no, I'm good with him. 11th off the tee, 35th driving distance, 9th birdie or better, and 15th par fours, 450 to 500. Good to go with Scotty Scheffler if he can get the putter hot. We know he can shoot crazy low. I don't think anybody's shooting crazy low this week, but there's a guy to do it, Scotty Scheffler. Daniel Berger, I'm good, but not really that good with him. But he's here.
It's another situation where he should be, but then again, the last time he should have been, I said horrible things about him.
Yeah, 108th driving distance, tied 67th par fours, which honestly isn't great, but he's a good putter. Tied 25th putting, 7th birdie or better, and 33rd off the tee. You can go Daniel Berger. I probably won't myself, but you can go Daniel Berger this week. Gerald Hatton, good to go with. He's playing better. He went through the cold spell. He was apparently too glum, but he figured out he just needed to pop up his thumb. Because he's playing a lot better. He's 21st off the tee, 77th driving distance, 39th birdie or better, and tied 33rd par fours in the area. I think it is a major, so. But I'm good to go with Gerald Hatton. Because honestly, I don't really like many of the other people following, which are Corey Connors, Justin Rose, and Cam Smith. Connors is very, very, very accurate off the tee, but he's 121st in driving distance. He's not a great putter, 87th on tour. He's 40th par fours in the area. I'm going to stay away from Corey Connors here. Justin Rose, I'm also going to stay away from, even though he seems to only play when it is a major or important tournament. I forget what the stat is, like three or four top 10 finishes. And it's been the last 3 majors he's played in, I believe. Something like that. But I'm gonna stay away from him. 140th off the tee, 90-foot driving distance. Tied
His last 3 top
180.
10s, 2 of them were majors, and 1 was the Saudi.
Okay. And then he's also tied 185th par fours. I'm good. Justin Rose. Same with Cam Smith. 111th off the tee, 99 driving distance. We all know he can putt. He's great at birdie or better at 11th on tour. He plays the par fours, 450 to 500, 75th best on tour. His last 2 finishes have not been good at all. He hasn't been playing that well. I'm out on Cam Smith.
Here's the boys. Here's the deal. Some intriguing gentlemen's here. And it starts with Paul Casey, Abraham Answer. They do not, and Matt Fitzpatrick. We'll throw them all in together at the top. Nobody of them makes the graphic. I'll tell you why. Paul Casey's not been good at Torrey Pines. He is 50th off the tee. He is 38th driving distance. He is at some point going to win a major, I would imagine. He has a very invested interest to do well this week because if he finishes in front of Matt Fitzpatrick this week, he will play in the Olympics for his country. If Matt Fitzpatrick finishes in front of him, he will not. And if any other Englishman that is not one of those 2 win, Paul Casey will be out. So Paul Casey has something to play for this week, which is kind of weird to say in golf. But he has something to play for. He's never won a major. He really wants to play in the Olympics. So you've got that going for you. Abraham Answer. I have no idea if Mexico has a team in the Olympics for golf because, like, I looked it up, or when I was watching the thing today, they were talking about it. It was like England and Northern Ireland are together for the Great Britain team. So we'll just talk about Abraham Answer in the terms of golf. He's 1 for 3 at Torrey Pines. He's top 65 in 4 of the 5 key stats, including 23rd off the tee. I just don't feel strongly enough about him. He was bad on the European Tour last week, which why would he even play? I don't know. But before that, his finishes were 5th, 2nd, 8th, and 14th. And one of those is a PGA Championship finish. So
that is really odd. The week before a major to go play overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. So with that, we'll roll to Matt Fitzpatrick, who's 8 off the tee, 14th putting, 10th par fours, 26th birdie or better. He's never played at Torrey Pines, which kind of worries me a bit. But he did finish 10th last week, 23rd at the PGA Championship. Again, playable, but don't feel any type of way about him. Tommy Fleetwood has missed his last 2 cuts at the U.S. Open, his last 2 cuts at the U.S. Open where he was cut, and then he finished 65th. This is also the United States of America. Tommy's more of an English player, a European guy, if you will. So we're going to stay away from Thomas Fleetwood this week. Sam Burns is back, and I got some things to say. He's 1st in overall birdie or better. He's top 47, all the stats. He's made 3 out of 4 cuts at Torrey Pines, including 18th this year. All the signs point to Sam Burns. He may quit again. It has not been that long ago that he quit, folks. It was the PGA Championship. That's right. He quit, and then he was bad at the Memorial. That's all we know. So be careful with him. Phil Mickelson, $7,700. Don't count him out. I've made the mistake. I won't do it again. $7,700. He's probably going to get some ownership. I'm not going to lie to you. Don't count him out. Do not count out Philip Alfred. Which brings us to Shane Lowry. He's 3 of 4 at Torrey Pines. We thumbs up Shane. He's 37th off the tee. 3 top 10 finishes in his last 4 starts. Shane Lowry hot and ready to golf and win his 2nd major. Sung J M has never been priced in the 6K, I don't think, in the history of golf. Or the 7K, sorry. Mad cheap. However, he has not been great lately, but he is still way too cheap to be Sung J M. in a major championship. He finished 17th at the PGA. But look, 76, 69, 35, 140. Something's wrong with Sung Jae right now. But come on, $7,600. You got to think about it. You got to think about it. But I'm not going to tell you to, but I'm certainly not going to tell you not to. Kokrak, I'm going to tell you to because he's top 24. All the stats we looked at, there's only 24 people better than him in all the stats we looked at. Really think about that. He's won twice this year. He's finished in the top 30, 4 out of his last 5 starts here. He's 5th in putting. Kokrak, come on. Hits it a long way too, by the way. Gary Woodland, fun fact of the day. He's thumbs down. He was supposed to be orange. So just throw that out there. He is 11 for 12 at Torrey Pines.
Oh, wow. That's good.
However, he's only been in the top 10 twice, which is weird.
So he's a make the cut kind of relax Saturday, Sunday kind of guy.
Pretty much, yeah. He's been better as of late. He's 10th driving distance right now on tour. I also wouldn't with Neiman. I don't know what happened to Neiman. The stats are good, but that's because he was really good for a while, I think.
Yeah.
He has not been great at Torrey Pines in his career. He has not been great recently. His finishes 30th, 50th, and 89th, so going in the wrong direction. I worry about Neiman. Sergio Garcia has not played at Torrey Pines since 2008, otherwise known as when the Rays played in the World Series for the first time. We were in elementary school.
Yeah, I had the Ray Hawk and everything.
Same. That's the last time he stepped foot at Torrey Pines, which I looked up multiple different places because I thought there's no way that could be right. It was. So he obviously does not like playing at Torrey Pines, so that can't be good for you to play him. Brian Harmon is top 76 in 4 out of the 5 stats we looked at. However, back-to-back missed cuts at Torrey Pines. Adam Scott makes the graphic, folks, and here's why. He hits it far and he putts well. Finished 10th here this year and 2nd here in 2020. He is literally the epitome of only going to show up when the checks are fat.
Yeah.
I'm here for the clout. I'm here to be an all-time GOAT, and I need more major championships. So it's $7,400. There's some major value on Adam Scott. Faux show. Mark Leishman, stats are so bad, but he's been good here. He's won here. He's been bad of late, besides when he won with Cam Smith. But ever since they won together, they've been trash, both of them. So I don't know. I wouldn't with Mark Leishman. Bubba Watson is 6th off the tee. He's 171st putting, though. 165th birdie or better. I just keep scrolling on your phone when you're picking. I'd also scroll past Lee Westwood. Harris English, who I told you to scroll past last week. That was a mistake. Top 85 in all the stats. His last 3 here, however, he was cut 71st and cut again. I don't really think Harris English has it in this week, but we'll see. Billy Horschel, the last time we saw him, was literally the worst dude to make the cut. And what I mean by that is 67th out of 67th, including a 3rd round 82. I don't know how you come back from that this quick. The stats are good. His last 2 here, cut in 68th. I would stay away. Max Homa has some value at 73 because Torrey Pines is in California.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all that matters to Max Homa. Siwoo Kim was cut in 2021 here. That's all we got on Siwoo. Bezadenhout, no top 30s in major championships except one time ever. So not feeling it. Brendan Grace is all of a sudden good sometimes. I'm not sure what's up with that, but $7,200, he's an option. Higo. I'm trying to click on Higo. Okay, thank you. Higo. So here's Higo's run of things. 4th, 1st, 8th, 1st, 64th, 1st.
Yep. Higo's on fire.
Higo's been known to win. He's at $7,200. You probably should consider it. Stuart Sink's back and bald as ever. He is just consistently making cuts and playing good.
Were we expecting him to come back with a full head of hair this week?
We weren't. We were not. Stuart Sink is something. That would be weird.
Yeah.
He's definitely playable, which brings me to this man at $7,200. Matt Wolff is back. Matt Wolff has not played golf since
Yeah.
he was told to leave Augusta National.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's
I didn't even know he was in the field.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but don't play Matt Wolff. That's impossible. Charles Hoffman is next. That thing we talked about before the show, I told you about Harmon because I looked down and saw the H. So that was not facts, what I told you about Hoffman before. He did finish third. He's been hot of late. Definitely could consider him. Kuchar, Wallace, Streelman, Molinari, Ortiz, Palmer, Nah, Schwartzel, Champ, McIntyre, Poulter, Jones, and Henley will finish out the 7K. And there are reasons to play some. There are reasons to not. Here's in a nutshell what I would do. I'd stay away from Henley. You could play Jones. I'd stay away McIntyre. Definitely don't play Champ. Stay away from Schwartzel and Nah. Palmer, upside. Wallace, bad of late. Kuchar's not going to hit it far enough. Streelman's a sleeper. Molinari sucks. And that's pretty much the extent of the 7K. And our newest 6K reporter will take back the reins at the 6'9" to 6'5" area. And it looks like we've disrespected a country. Canada.
Oh, yeah. Sweden and Canada. It's going to be a no for me, dog. Welcome, guys, to the worst ever 6K range you'll ever see. I am not bred for this type of work. So I kind of went through and picked some dudes.
All right.
Kind of like everybody else on DraftKings would do.
Okay.
All right. Kevin Kisner, you can do it. Sure. 11th driving accuracy, 30th putting. That's the only good stats to report on kids. But yeah, sure, you can go for it. Don't go for Zach Johnson. He's 161st off the tee, 172nd driving distance, 113th in accuracy, 107th in par fours in the area.
A lot of 100
no for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my best impression. You can take a flyer on Brandon Todd. He can putt, and he can drive the ball into the fairway.
Very good. Occasionally,
he'll decide to play a par four well.
Okay, literally.
Yeah, Brandon Todd. KH Lee, do you have anything?
Love him.
All right. I didn't know what to do with him, so he does not make the graphic. Wilco Nienaber, I wouldn't. The last 5 finishes have been 14th, 137th, 94th, 28th, and 64th.
Who are we talking about?
Wilco.
Oh.
Munoz also wouldn't. 103rd driving distance, 82nd putting, 121st par fours in the area. 1 point for Gryffindor. You can take him. You can take Lonto. I probably wouldn't, but you could. And here's why. He's 43rd in driving distance. He's 27th putting, and he's tied 49th in the par fours. If you are rolling out Lonto because of what I just said, don't check any of the other stats, and you should be good to go. Vegas, nope. Fratelli, nope. Reeve, no.
Per the huge.
Oh. Reeve's 107th off the tee, 204th driving distance, 194th putting. It's going to be a no for me, dog. Hogue.
Which Hogue?
Thomas.
Cool. We got Bo,
it's horrible. 132nd off the tee, 175th driving distance, 120th putting, 135th par fours in the area. It's going to be a no for me. The Canadians are at 6-7. The Canadians being Hadwin and Mac Hughes.
Yeah.
Mac Hughes can putt. Hadwin can kind of putt. Neither of them can do anything else. Team Canada is out this week in Torrey Pines. Sweden, you can also consider them out because Henrik Stenson, if there were 203 people playing this week, he would finish there because he is 203rd off the tee, 203rd driving distance, 202nd putting, and 209th par fours in the area. That is, I told him to make it the darkest red possible. If he has a good week, nobody believes in him more than I do. If he has a bad week, nobody shit on him more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Wyndham Clark drives it a far away. If he can keep it in the fairway and make some putts, I'm good with Wyndham Clark. Rafa Cabrera Bello has been shockingly decent lately.
Mm-hmm.
His stats aren't that great. 51st driving accuracy, 53rd putting, 102nd par fours in the area. But at 6'7", I think Rafa is a good option. You can go with Bo Hogue, 60th off the tee, 68th driving accuracy, tied 41st par fours in the area. I'm good with Bo Hogue. EVR, no. Poston, whatever's in your heart with Poston.
We go back to the 6-4 and the 6-0, and these are the gents. So here's what we have on each of them. The first is our boy Shahith the Galle. Shahith. So here's the deal. Shahith was 32nd at the Memorial. He's been good on the Corn Ferry Tour. Way back in September, he finished 14th at the Safeway Open. Well, here's the thing. Here's the other options at 64. You're not going to play Shelton. You're not going to play Spahn. You're sure as hell not going to play Fabian. Which, by the way, why is Fabian in the U.S. Open? You're not going to play Ryder. None of these other people even had a picture. So, 63. How do you say this guy's name? Stafarsi, whatever.
Stafarsi.
Yeah, he's actually kind of okay. At the sport, although he broke his ankle a couple weeks ago and still played golf on it, and the pictures are gross. So I mean, you got to worry about his broken ankle problem. Rick Lamb comes in at $6,200, who has been nothing but electric on the Corn Ferry Tour this year. He finished 30th at the REX Hospital Open and 8th at the Wichita Open. So that's Rick for you. $6,100. I actually believe this one. Chan Kim is actually good. I'm not even kidding. He finished 23rd at the PGA Championship, 35th at the Workday Concession. I don't know why. That's the only 2 times he's played in America. But anyway, he's actually kind of decent. Chan Kim, I think that's a really valid option at 61. Like, no cap. Rick Lamb is probably not. But Chan Kim is definitely playable.
I'm still laughing. He's been nothing but electric.
And let's wrap it up with Brad Kennedy from Australia. He's the only guy with a picture. So that's what we got. Don't play any of those people except maybe Chan Kim. I'm going to play Chan Kim. I swear to God. All right, man. That's what we got. All right, so we're looking at the picks here. We're going to let you go first due to the fact you can't pick. Okay, I'll go first then because you can't pick my dude. We're going to go with Xander.
Okay, like that.
He's overall solid. This man told you the stats about Xander and what he's been good at. However, another thing he's been good at is playing in the U.S. Open. And that's something that we didn't really touch on. He finished 3rd last year, but if you look deeper, his career in the U.S. Open, 5th, 6th, 3rd, 5th. Like, that's all he's ever done is be a G. So Xander Schauffele to win the U.S. Open in his hometown of San Diego.
I need to study real quick.
Okay, so for a top 25, what I'm looking at here is Shane Lowry.
Mm-hmm. It's real big.
Shane Lowry again. What's up?
That's kind of awkward.
You're about to pick him to win?
Mm-hmm. Can we do that?
So what I said was Kevin was going to go ahead and pick Shane Lowry to win.
No, I feel like we can both do that, right?
The U.S. I don't. There's no real rules. But why are you going to pick Shane Lowry?
Just because he's hot right now, and I was going to pick Lonto, but I think I already picked him. I already picked Lonto.
Right. So you had to pick Lowry.
So fuck me, huh?
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to keep it with Shane because Shane's a dog. I feel very strongly about Shane this week. He'll be in the lineup. So Shane Lowry all around, but it looks like we're going to have a serious complaint here if Shane Lowry doesn't pull it out.
No, not really.
And so for your top 25, I can put you down for Lamb.
Yeah, I'll take Rick.
Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah,
give me Rick Lamb. Dude's been electric.
Rick Lamb. So that's what we have there. Xander, Lowry, and Lamb. I'm still a lot behind. Blue is now.
Blue's not happy.
She's just trying to advocate for Rick Lamb and what he's been doing on the KFT. So that'll do it. Fantasy from the fairway, the U.S. Open. If you're looking for more coverage, head over to Pro Golf Now, head over to Rotoball, or head over to ESPN 690. But just to be perfectly clear, don't head over to ESPN 690 until like next week because you will not hear me the next 2 weeks. And like I said, due to technical difficulties, the stream is not up, so you cannot watch the old episodes on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook. But in the future, when I figure out what is wrong, we'll be back on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all of the medias of social.
And add me on Xbox. Leroy Jenkins, LeeRoi, no space, JenkNS.
So that's how you will get in touch with Jenkins Jr. the third. I didn't tell you how to get in touch with me, but I told you how to find my content, and that's really what matters here. Real quick, Tyler Glasnow looks to be headed for Tommy John surgery. He blamed the fact that they are not allowing sticky stuff on the ball anymore. What a shame.
I don't know. I don't think
the game balls are slick though, man.
Here's my thing. Yes, game balls are slick too. If you're hitting and can use pine tar,
absolutely.
Why can't you pitch and use pine tar? Like I don't know. Sure. I think it's kind of stupid. And the home run numbers are crazy.
Yeah. And if you didn't see the interview, Tyler absolutely blamed that for being the problem. Because he had to pitch without anything last night, and that's when it happened. So pretty crazy stuff that's going on in the world, and we didn't even get a chance to talk about old buddy that it's not funny, but he died on the field and came back to life. Christian Eriksen.
Oh, Christian Eriksen, yeah. That was pretty crazy.
I was watching it live. When he fell, I immediately said he died.
Yeah.
And
no, it was bad.
That was by far one of the worst things I think a lot of people have ever seen. And shout out to
my question, you're in TV.
Yeah, it's been
Cut
discussed.
The fucking camera.
So here's what I can tell you. ESPN got a lot of backlash on that, which they should have. But here's what I didn't know until I was explained by somebody more important than me at my job. Shout out Stuart Weber, Action News Jacks, or Sports Jacks. But in the Euros and tournaments overseas like that, UEFA runs everything, and they feed the broadcast to ESPN. So ESPN could not physically cut out, but they could have went back to the studio.
That's what I was just about to say.
Right. And I think what it boils down to,
even if you can't cut out from the game, you can ditch the feed.
Or they could have thrown up a bump shot, from outside, or they could have shown a stadium shot.
I just think there's a bunch of things they could have done.
But I think
they showed it for a while.
A very long time. Yeah. There was a couple very disturbing ones. The one that sits with me is when they decided that they were going to show you his face.
I don't know what they're doing.
And I think what that boils down to is if you ever want to get into the TV business, I'm in it. And if you look down the camera and you see something that you don't think other people should see, do the right thing and move the camera. Yep. It's that simple.
I agree.
Also, whoever had the camera on his wife on the field You should probably be fired.
So,
because she thought her husband just died in front of
the
whole
world. And
I mean, he did die.
Even if you don't work in TV, you watch sports. You know how many cameras they have. They can easily go to a different shot whenever they please. They could go to 1,000,000 shots whenever they please that were not his wife or him. And the fact that the Danish players are making a wall, and yet these cameramen are like, I don't know, that was shitty.
It was truly an incredible thing, but at the same time, what an incredible job by the professionals.
The player who started giving him CPR before they got on the field, shout out him. But honestly, the fact that it came out that he was dead, like he was gone, and they're showing him,
it gives you chills, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It gives you chills.
He's doing better. He's recovering. So
what a crazy little bit of time it's been, but this has been another edition of Fantasy from the Fairway. I'll catch you in the $10 contest. I'm not ponying up the $100 for that contest, but catch me in the $10 contest. You'll know my team because I have Kim and Lamb and Lowry and Shoffley.
Yep.